Howdy, howdy. Time for me to make face, and here I am again. It is July 3rd, the day before July 4th, 2024. So, I'll go through everything. You guys can kind of see some of what's going on here, but I'm going to go all the way back to March 27th, around 6 or 7 a.m., which was when my operation started, and just kind of give you a rundown from there up until pretty much until today. I probably won't do up until today, but let me just give you guys a heads up of what's going on. So, March 27th, around 6 or 7 a.m., my operation was going on. I know I had all my prayer warriors out there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep it up. Just keep praying. Praying for you too. And I learned a lot about friends out there that are having issues. I'm not going to say their issues, but praying for you. And just any of you out there can just do a generic pray for everybody that's in this loop, with all their with problems and healing, and requesting healing too. All walks of life. Okay, so March 27th, around 6 or 7 a.m., I was going into my operation. As you can see, my scar, hopefully you can see it. And let me just back up a little bit. You can see my scar, hopefully here. That's where they went in. Craniotomy, opened me up. And the tumor was about that big, as I'm circling here. So they had to get in there, get it out. They didn't get it all out, and that was their plan, because I didn't have this conversation with them yet. But the reason, obviously, is because it would have probably done more damage, and I'd probably be a vegetable right now. At some point, I'm sure I'll have that conversation with them, but right now that hasn't been discussed to the full extent. So let me backstep here. They did, however, Dr. Judy did, however, tell me that there may be some vision issues caused when they take the tumor out. So they got the majority of the tumor out. Yes, there is. I do have vision issues. So my right eye is fully functional. I can see my fingers out here. I can see them wiggling all out there. I have full peripheral. This eye, my left eye, though, I have vision until right about somewhere in there. So I was able to drink water, and some foods were helping to give me full peripheral over here. I think it's pretty much the healing has progressed far enough now that I'm not getting that. I have an eye doctor's appointment on the 2nd of August with a specialist that can make me glasses, that can help with this. We'll see where that goes. I want to be safe on the road. If I at all feel unsafe, I will not be driving again. But hope and pray that I will be able to drive again. So operation craniotomy, my vision issue. When I was in the operating room, I was critical at one point. Some or all of you may be aware that at this point, not sure how that was all communicated from family and friends. But I was critical when I got out of the operating room. Not when I got out of the operating room. When I was in the operating room, they woke me up enough that my parents and wife could see me, because I was critical and they weren't sure if I would make it. Once they allowed my family to see me, they wheeled me back to the operating room. However, I have no memory of talking to my family or even touching my family or whatever. But I do have a memory of getting wheeled back to the operating room, and I started getting violent, and I was doing all sorts of fun stuff. I don't know what exactly I was doing, but I was fighting. And I heard one of the medical people say, "Time down." Okay, I got tied down, and I eventually got knocked out again. Not by a punch or anything like that, but knocked out the way that you medically get knocked out. So, yeah, I'm a fighter. And you know what? Here I am yet. So, let's keep this going. I will keep this going. I will keep fighting. Not gonna lie, I've had some really tough moments where I'm like, how do I keep going? My muscles, I am doing 10K steps a day. I'm pushing myself to do 10K steps, lift light weights, and do all kinds of exercises to keep my upper body strong. I have lost a lot of weight upper body wise since I've been on chemo. Not going to get into that. That might not even be in this video. That might be down the road in my next one. But I just want to at least get caught up from surgery until at least pretty close close to this time. One other thing that I wanted to have documented about my surgery is on the day that I think was the evening of my surgery. I'm not exactly sure. When they wheeled me into a recovery room and intensive care and all that stuff. However, I bounced around at that point. They had a tube down my throat, and I kind of view this as a funny story and just something that I want to log and document for historical purposes. As many of you know, I was a lifeguard. One of my greatest fears after becoming a lifeguard and as time progressed was drowning. I can get myself out of a pool even if I had problem or whatever, cramp or whatever. I never had a problem getting myself out of the pool. And yeah, I always feared drowning, but I always had the confidence that I never would drown. Well, laying on the operating table with the tube down my throat, they come in, it's time for this tube to come out. And to do it safely, they had to put some other tube down. Granted, I'm not knowing what's going on at this time, other than I'm hearing words, and I know enough that I know there was a tube in me. That one had to come out, and they had to put another one in to safely transition me to the next steps of recovery. So they put a second tube down my throat, got it down safely. I'm laying back in bed, and they all left the room, and they just wanted to leave me there for 5 minutes to make sure that there were no complications or no problems that were showing up. Well, I was there at least. I feel like I was there at least 5 minutes, maybe more. No big deal, whatever. But in this time, I had saliva building up in my mouth. So now Mr. Lifeguard here is starting to panic and go, all right, I'm drowning. How can I do this? I can't swallow this. I can't spit it out without potentially doing something wrong to the tubes that I have down my throat. Granted, I'm all decked out with other tubes, other stuff on me to take care of me, which was great. Thank you. But now I'm feeling like I'm drowning, and I'm hoping that they come in the door very soon. Well, they're not. I hear voices far away, and I don't hear them getting any closer anytime soon. Nothing against them. This is not a them issue. This was just me not knowing what to do, probably. And thank God I finally realized, okay, well, I think I have enough room to roll to my right, open my mouth, and went off to my right, and the saliva came out the side. Within, I'd say, a couple minutes after that, the medical staff came in, realized I had saliva coming out the side of my mouth. They used an evacuation, or whatever they call it, a tube they used at the dentist to suck out my mouth. Got the tubes out, all successful, and then I was in intensive care, and the doctors rocked and rolled from there. I am going to cut this off there. I will do another segment later, but that is where we are at. The one thing that I will say, though, is I had my come on, Kurt, let's do this quickly. I just want to give a couple other dates here on this video. That on June 28th was my last full brain treatment. As you can see up here, I'm bruised because the radiation, they were hitting me hard. I'm okay. I was very low on energy. Energy was going down very quick. I was sleeping a lot the last 3-4 weeks, and it was draining me. And you can see the bruises up here from it. As of Monday, they are only treating now, zapping the actual tumor inside the actual piece of the tumor that's still in there. And I'm also on chemo, and chemo will end on the 7th of July, and my last radiation treatment will be on the 15th of July. I'm starting to get energy back. Not sure how this is going to play out yet, but those give you dates. And after the 15th, my doctor from Jefferson, that's the chemo doctor. That's my chemo doctor. He said he wants me on. He wants me off everything for 4 weeks. Then we get an MRI, and we see where we go from there. My radiation doctor, Dr. Capello, she is here in Lancaster. She's the one that's been at Ann Barshinger Center and directing the radiation treatments. So thank you to Dr. Anajas, Dr. Capello, and Dr. Judy, and all their staff, all the help you've done. Very grateful. Thank you very much. And as I said, this isn't everything, but I'm just going to chop this into a segment so I can get this out there, and you guys can get up to date a little bit on where we are pretty much now. But there's some other stuff that I need to throw out there when I get back to this. So thank you very much. Much love. Keep on praying. Many blessings to all of you. Let's keep the strength and get through this together. Everything I'm fighting through, everything you're fighting through. I know it's not just me. I've heard a lot of stories. Thank you, and God bless.